Ati, we're seeing the visuals of that fire out in Kloof. Those flames are certainly raging out of control at this point. What are officials saying?
Well, officials right now, Kathy, are trying to battle putting out the flames that started soon after that fire that broke out at the Holy Cross Primary School. So let me talk to you about what I'm currently seeing right now. We're seeing firefighting crews from the city working on fire and various other volunteer firefighting crews out here trying to make sure that they put as much effort as they can in trying to put out this fire. It is very close to a lot of properties here in the Camps Bay area. So what they're doing right now is trying to make sure that they put it out. They have ground crews as well as aerial support trying to water bomb the fire, which actually spilled over from the Glen area. It flew right across the road along the Kloof Road area, right to a dry vegetation area close Table Mountain, and so firefighters right now are battling with putting out the fire on both ends in the Glen area, in the Kloof area, close to Camps Bay, as well as the blaze that is currently raging right now close to Table Mountain along the Kloof area.
Ati, we're seeing that cloud of smoke that has completely covered at least bits of the angle that the camera is bringing us this afternoon. But talk to us about the property that's at risk in this particular incident. How much or how many of those houses are close enough to this fire for officials to be worried? And at this point, will they be looking to call evacuations?
No evacuations have been called out yet, Kathy, although firefighters right now are trying to make sure that they divert the fire away from the properties that are close to the blaze that is currently raging. But I must say the city's fire and rescue services quick to respond to this particular fire. As you may know, that Cape Town is notorious to, being faced by a lot of fires, so they are quick to respond in trying to make sure that they divert the fire away from the number of homes. Well, we can't tell you the number as yet, Kathy, but I must say that the fire is close to some of the homes in Camps Bay, and some of the people living in this area were actually prevented by traffic officials from coming into the side where the fire is, because obviously it is still quite an active fire, and they're trying to make sure that no one gets injured at this stage. Let me mention, Kathy, that the wind is picking up. We are expecting temperatures here in Cape Town to soar as high as 38 degrees. So the cause of the fire is not yet known, and the wind is picking up, and it is extremely hot in Cape Town today.
Ati, one of the things you were speaking to us earlier was around the kind of traffic that, of course, is caused since that road has been closed off. You spoke to us also about how this may have implications for those who are heading, of course, to the State of the Nation address in the parliamentary precinct. So from a logistics point of view, give us a sense of how far you are exactly from Parliament and from where the centre of attention is really going to be tonight.
We're quite far from the CBD, Kathy. As I said, we are along the Camps Bay area, but people who are trying to leave town, avoiding the traffic due to road closures because of the State of the Nation address, also got involved in traffic jams coming up the Kloof area, because that's where the fire started. So where we are right now, Kathy, people are still being blocked from coming into the Camps Bay area. The picturesque views that you normally see driving down this area of Camps Bay overlooking the ocean is now gutted in blazes. It's filled with smoke. As the trees are up in flames, we're seeing firefighters right now trying to put out the flames that are burning right now on the trees along this picturesque area, this very beautiful view that you see normally driving down the Camps Bay area.
All right, let's leave it there for this afternoon. Atim Tongana is out in Cape Town for us, and she's watching that fire at Kloof. And of course, all resources in Cape Town in terms of fire extinguishing capacity have been redeployed there. The situation at the Holy Cross fire, that's at the primary school in District 6, which also caught a blaze earlier, that particular fire being contained by officials, and we understand that that scene has been cleared and they're now focusing on what's unfolding in Kloof next. So certainly officials prioritizing that they contain it before it spreads to any of the property in that area.